The story of Suminugod did not start during the first ever baptism in the community on July 19, when 67 children and 42 adults were baptized. Their journey of faith started years back, but it was only on December 19, 2024 that a priest visited the place after Catholics of another Subanon community in Campo relayed their utmost desire for many years. When the first Mass was celebrated in Suminugod on December 19, 2024, only the Love the Poor team and escorts from Campo were responding. Only about 6 of the 100-plus residents have been baptized. They were the only ones who knew how to make the sign of the cross, and that's all that they knew. Not the responses during the Mass, not even the basic Catholic prayers. The first mission trip was followed by at least twice-a-month visit to accompany the community towards their baptism. The Love the Poor team was consistent and fervent in their commitment, catechizing not only the children but all the members of the community. Despite the long trip and most difficult and dangerous road, each visit has always been fruitful and exciting. On January 17, 2025, the sketch of the proposed chapel was published. The following month, we started building it with members of the community doing the carpentry work. Help came from our Love the Poor collaborator friends. First, from Amin Yuchi, then Loreline Parbo, Cecilia Bayan, and Ryan also chipped in. The rest of the expense was shouldered by the Love the Poor lead collaborator. Every trip to Suminugod is not only dangerous and tiring, it is also expensive. We spend at least 30,000 each trip, at times as much as 50,000. The mission has become part of the parish's pastoral initiative, but the bulk of the expense is shouldered by the Love the Poor program. Thank you to our regular benefactors, Charmaine Pahate, Vivian Chu, Helen Balucana, Teresa Bangawil, and Naira Candy Reyes. But as we always say, when God sends, He sustains. So on Easter Monday, April 20, 2025, the chapel under the patronage of St. John Mary Vianney was erected and blessed. We continued catechizing the people in preparation for their baptism. And on July 19, 2025, just after a storm badly destroyed the roads, His Excellency Severo C. Cairmare, Bishop of Dipolog, celebrated the Mass in Suminugod after presiding over the confirmation of 42 members of the community.
Itang tanan nga nabunyagan nahimong bag-ong tao. So, niyan ang bagong pagkatao nahimo kitang sakop sa simbahan, nahimo kitang mga anak sa Dios.
There used to be only about 10 receiving communion in Suminugod, most of whom are members of the Love the Poor team. On July 19, 42 members of the community received communion for the first time, as the younger members watched in awe. May God's grace continue to sustain the mission in and the faithful of Suminugod. Suminugod is one of the sitios of Gibo, Shayan, Zamboanga del Norte, but is part of the St. Joseph the Worker Parish of Sindangan, Zamboanga del Norte. It is the farthest chapel of the parish.